Today, I hope to talk with you about why intermittent fasting was so attractive to me once I found out about it and read the book that Fast Feast Repeat book that I've shared with you. Um, it explains so much inside that book, but it was almost like a voila moment for me. Um, it was so clear to me how this lifestyle of intermittent fasting is brings you so much freedom, is so freeing and completely flexible. I've been overweight since my early 20s by today's standards. Um, and I have struggled my entire life trying to find a way of eating that allows me to be healthy and at a healthy weight and physically healthy so that I can enjoy life and to live life abundantly as our Lord tells us in John 10:10. So, I wanted to talk with you about how intermittent fasting is freeing, and flexible so that I can encourage you. And hopefully, this will help you to understand a little bit more of why intermittent fasting is such a wonderful way to bring health and healthy weight to your life. The first way that it is attractive is because intermittent fasting allows you to be free of needing to buy or do any special thing so that you can lose weight. You can eat your normal foods. You can say goodbye to supplements. You can say goodbye to any special health shakes. You can say goodbye to paying for an eating plan on a weekly or program based cost. Um, because everything you need is right within you or right within your refrigerator. Um, and you need an alarm clock. That's about it. Um, so the last time that I tried to lose weight before I started with intermittent fasting, I paid, I think it was like $360 for an 8 week program where I went to the gym 3 days a week at 6 a.m. and I did hit high intensity intermittent training. And I love that. I think that that's a fantastic way to become healthy and make yourself strong and have lots of energy. But you had to eat a very specific way. You had to eat breakfast a specific way and at a certain time, lunch at a specific way. But one thing I did learn from this program was that after you ate dinner, you were done eating for the day. And so I did pick up on that piece of the approach to intermittent fasting that you sort of set an end time to eating, um, which was very good for me. So they tried to push um, you to buy a supplement for a pre-workout, um, and which was very costly. And then they tried to get me to buy some health shakes as well. Now, I didn't need to buy the health shakes because I had health shakes from another program that I had tried before that, which involved very, very expensive health shakes that you took twice a day with a meal once a day. So, tons and tons of money that I was paying into these programs, and they weren't sustainable in the long run. As soon as you stopped working out, as soon as with the intensity with which I was working out, and you stopped eating the supplements in the way that they suggested, or you fell away from that eating program, the weight came back on. So, with intermittent fasting, you don't have to pay for one darn thing. I suggest you have a measuring tape. I suggest you have a scale for keeping up with your progress. It's one element of measuring your progress over time, but it certainly is not the end all and be all. And sometimes people just throw their scale away and they just measure, which I think is great too, if that sounds appealing to you. But it is free. You shouldn't have to buy or pay for a single thing other than a book to help you learn how to do the program. To do this lifestyle. So that's free. And now we'll move on to freeing. Intermittent fasting is so freeing to me. I can't tell you how freeing in mindset that this has been for me personally. I used to feel so depressed and just defeated in the fact that I failed every time. Like I'd lose 60 pounds, I'd lose 40 pounds, I'd lose 30 pounds. And inevitably, after 2 or 3 months, 6 weeks, a year, 3 years, the weight came back on. And it wasn't that I lacked willpower because I I do have tenacity. I have a master's degree plus. Um, I work very hard. I can keep up with things. I can keep commitments. But I always felt hungry. And I never felt satiated in any of these programs before. Um, I, and the idea that I could eat whatever I wanted within a specified window of eating um, was just like a light bulb to me that I can eat whatever I want. And after years of self hatred about, oh, you ate that, you're bad, this to me was just like an emotional weight off of my shoulders that I wasn't bad. I didn't lack self control. It was more that my body has a lot of insulin resistance and I was fighting against the hormones that my body was producing. So I will explain that about hormones in a future vlog, but suffice it to say that I am no longer starving all the time. I am no longer waiting to see when I can eat the next time. I'm no longer running to the kitchen constantly all day. I'm free from that. I no longer have uncontrollable food cravings. I no longer have cravings, uncontrollable cravings for sugar. And I realized this is the week of Halloween, and I took my kids to a trunk or treat this past weekend, and I had like one or two candy bars, and I was like the little teeny ones, and I was done. I couldn't eat anymore. It was just enough. And I can tell you, never in my life has that been the case that I just put the candy bars away and I don't eat them anymore. Things go bad in our house. Sweets go bad before we eat them in our house. And I can tell you that has never been the case. That, you know, my mother-in-law did make me a banana bread. And it was my son who ended up finishing all of it because he loved it so much. And that is so much freedom that I can choose to eat some, but then I'm done. And I can tell you that that makes me want to cry. It makes me so happy. Um, and I'm free from always feeling hungry and never feeling satisfied. I can tell you now that I get full and simply cannot eat anymore. And that is fantastic. And um, let's see here. And I'm free from feeling like a failure because I am not a failure. I have a body that needed this type of a lifestyle that was able to get my insulin resistance and my dependence on sugar in check, and it did it. So, and finally, oh, one more thing. I am free from the inevitable consequences that happen to health when you don't get your health, when you're eating and your weight in check. And my insulin resistance is under control. I am having labs drawn to make sure that things are in the right direction. My liver function studies are back completely in check. So, things are reversing in response to this. And it's just been wonderful. And I am free from the worry that I'm going to gain the weight back. I've been at this now going into 11 months. On the 11th of next month, it will be 11 months. And I'm just going to keep going. I know that I'm going to keep this as long as I keep fasting, at least some window of every day. I am going to keep moving forward. And the final is flexible. This is so flexible. All you need to do is decide what your window is going to be and what your fasting hours are going to be. Are you going to fast 14 hours and eat 10 hours? Are you going to fast 18 hours and eat 6 hours? Are you going to fast 24 hours and then continue the next day with refeeding your body, or 36 hours? And that's a little more of an advanced type of fasting, but it's certainly allowed me so much freedom to have family life. I now on Fridays, what I am doing is having a longer fast time of 24 hours or 36 hours, so that like starting into Thursday into Friday, I'm fasting longer, so that when I get into Saturday morning, I can choose what time I open my window, have 3 meals or 2 meals during the day, where I'm just enjoying being with my family, a late lunch or brunch, an early lunch, late brunch, or and then dinner, and then I feel completely satiated for the day and don't need to eat anymore. And then I just close my window at a normal time and re-begin, 20 hours of fasting or 18 hours of fasting into Sunday. And I can eat what I want with my family. Um, I can choose what I eat, and then finally where I eat. I don't have to worry about, oh, I can't eat at that restaurant because I don't know if they're gonna have what I want, or, you know, if I have a, if I'm going out, I can choose to eat a salad. I went out with my family on Sunday, and my daughter and I split a garden salad. It was a very large garden salad, and then we split some nachos with pork on them, and they were delicious. And then I was super full for the day. I didn't need anything else for the day, so it just allowed me to go into my normal fast after that meal, and start and then finish my fast the next day. So I say all these things to encourage you and motivate you that this does in fact work. You will finally be free of all those crazy urges of not being able to eat as you want, when you want, and how you want. And then you'll tweak along the way. So I do have to tweak now to continue my health journey, and I am doing that, and I'm figuring it out, but no longer as a failure, only as a success. Um, and again, just to remind you, I am down 42 pounds, and I've lost, gosh, I started around my hips. I started at 50 and a half inches, and now I'm down to 39 and a quarter inches. So almost 12 inches around my hips. And then around my waist, I am down from 45 inches around my waist, and I'm down to 33 and 3/4. So, lots and lots of inches. So I am super pleased, and I hope to continue on my way. So, all right, friends, I encourage you, continue on this journey. It will bless your life in so many ways, with health, with weight loss, with energy. And I wish you so much life in abundance, so that we can grow to love and serve our Lord and others in the way that He desires. All right, God bless. Continue on, and I'll see you next time.